Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and I hope you guys are doing well. Today's video, I'm here to give you guys my review on something a little bit different, but at the same time very fitting for my channel. Now, normally I've been reviewing a lot of different lightsabers from different characters and different companies, but today I'm here to check out a saber that was sent my way on behalf of Mystic Knight's Armory. And even though this is not Star Wars related, but still rocking the Prophecy board, Neopix, and all that fun stuff, I really love this. As much as it's different from the stuff that I've been covering already, this is probably my favorite non-Star Wars related hilt that I actually happen to have in my collection. And in fact, honestly, I feel like I'm kind of not dressed for the part. So let me try something. I saw this online, which involves getting a blanket of some kind, and then you kind of bring it over to front of the camera, take a step back, and just like that, I'm instantly transformed into something a little bit more proper for the video. So before I show the saber, I do want to go ahead and kind of give props because I really like this how-to card they actually provided. Now, for the one that I have the Prophecy board version just because it was the better option, at least for me, but you might be a little bit different. And they actually give you this really cool kind of metal-like card. It's not an actual metal card, but it just has the appearance of it. And it's basically your Prophecy board one-button manual, and it goes over all the details on this card. And I thought this was a little bit of a clever way of doing it. Some companies have you go onto the website, some include a piece of paper, but I like the fact that this is on a card, so you can go ahead and stick this into your wallet and never lose it. And if you ever need a reference, you can go ahead and do so. I will state that what came with it by default was actually relatively good for the fonts that was included, even had a form of gesture controls. Now, of course, I took the liberty of adding my own fonts into this, just something a little bit more fun and different, especially for font number 1 that I think you guys are really going to love. But let's go ahead and bring the hilt forward so that way you guys get a closer look here. So here's how it looks just at a distance. Here is the top portion here. There's actually a little window here, dead here in the center, so that way you can go ahead and see a little bit of lighting that shines through both the front and back. As for the blade retention screws, you do have a total of 4, so there's 2 there in the back and 2 here in the front. 2 screws are a little bit longer, the other 2 are a little bit on the shorter side. You do have your one button setup with, of course, a recharge port here on the very top. And also here is the bottom section with the pommel. The pommel can unscrew and this top piece can unscrew, as you'll need to do that to get access to the chassis, which I'll show that towards the end of the video. If you need to get access to your chassis, you do need to remove this top 3D printed screw with a mini flathead, and also using your blade retention tool, you can go ahead and use that to remove this one, and then the chassis slides out from the very top. But again, I'll show that towards the end of the video. Also, what was included, which I'm not using at the moment, was this 36.5 blade. I will say that the blade that was included feels a little bit more on the heavier side, and this may in fact be a heavy grade blade, but I'll have to double check the website to kind of get an idea if that's even referenced there at all. But it's a very nice blade that is included indeed if you don't already have one yourself. But for now, for my demo, I'm actually going to be using a little bit of a shorter blade at 32 inches from Vader's Vaults, just so that way I have a little bit more of an easier control and time, especially for when we get to the demo portion of the video. Now, just kind of give you the quick rundown here. To activate, you just simply press the button, and just like that, your blade is going to be lit. If you need to deactivate, just hold down the button and it'll deactivate. I don't have any gesture control set on mine. I thought I did, but I forgot to add them. If you wish to go into a mute function while the blade is off, just basically double press and hold the second button. So 1 and hold. Oop, my bad. A little bit harder to do so with these gloves on. So 1, 2, hold. And you go into a mute function, and all the effects will still be there. You just can't hear it. But once you turn this on and then turn it back on, then the mute function will be disabled. Very simple as that. Now, of course, when the saber is off and you do a couple quick tabs with the power button, if there is a music audio in there, it will play whatever soundtrack, but I won't play anything due to copyright reasons. And of course, when the saber is turned on, while facing more of an upward direction and you hold down the button and do a twist, it will activate any form of quotes and or force effects. If you hold the saber upside down and you hold the button and do a twist, you'll hear that sound, which will go into your color cycle mode here. We're just going to go ahead and kind of pick a color here. So let's do this one here. Hold down the button. And just like that, we are now on a separate color, a little bit more of a pinkish color, pinkish purple. If you just press the power button really quick, we'll activate blasters by double pressing while the saber is on. We'll go into the lock feature, and it's pretty straightforward. You got clash and all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and get to the fun portion of the video and go ahead and show you what I have as far as fonts, and you guys can let me know. I do want to note that the fonts that I'm using are from different sites, so I'll try to link what I have down below. But as far as blade styles goes, I am using Fernando's blade styles just because they're so perfect for anyone with a proppy saber. But until then, let's go ahead and get to the demo and enjoy. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little demo there. I was having a lot of fun using this, and for something that is not a Star Wars related lightsaber, if you will, just something that's a little bit different and kind of unique on its own. This is definitely a cool thing, because for me, I'm a big fan of the medieval era kind of things, so Lord of the Rings, anything with some kind of sword fighting in it, I absolutely love. So the fact that we have something like this where you can go ahead and have the Profi board and have even more fun with it, just basically takes it to a whole new level for me personally. Now really quick, just kind of show you guys how to take this apart. Again, the pommel section can come apart. You just unscrew the bottom here and you go ahead and kind of set that off to the side. As for the top portion here, it may be tight when you first get it, but you just basically do a twist. And this top section will actually unscrew. And you just get to the point where you can go ahead and safely remove that and put it off to the side. And once again, if you needed access to the chassis, you do need to remove the 2 screws that I've already done so. And before pulling out, you want to make sure that the button here is pushed in. Once it's pushed in, you can go ahead and safely remove the chassis. Just like that. And here's what the chassis looks like. It does actually have a removable battery, so that's an extra bonus for me. And there's your Profi board right there if you have the Profi board option. It's very easy to access and there's no difficulties whatsoever. Just make sure that when you put everything back in, just the button is pushed down all the way. And all you have to do is simply line this down. And of course, turn this over and align all the screws. And it's as simple as that. So like I said, I think this is an excellent hilt. If you're looking for something a little bit different and unique, then I think this is an excellent option for you. I do want to give a big thank you to Mystic Knight's Armory. In fact, there is another hilt that I do have my eye on. They actually are carrying Rey's lightsaber on their website. But until then, if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video review.